I work here at Fort Frederick. I'm a seasonal, 10 months out of the year. The other 2 stay-at-home dad. This is the only living history that I do because I love the CCC so much, and it's cheap to get into this one. I'm going to do most of my talking up here because once we get down there, the mosquitoes are going to be worse than the gnats are right now. I did go ahead and buy some bug spray right there. If you want to go ahead and spray yourself down a little bit before we go, you are more than welcome to it. I will point out some of the cool stuff that we've uncovered and answer questions along the way. Sir,
where are we going, sir?
We are going to go down to what I'm labeling the ruins of the CCC's barracks. There are 2 pads that we've uncovered so far. The first is going to be the bathhouse, and the second is going to be what we're guessing is kind of like an icebox delivery area that they had down there. Pretty cool stuff. It's taken a while to get there. In the long run, what we want to end up doing is making it kind of a historical trail. It will take 10 to 15 minutes. It's not long at all. And please ask any questions along the way. I've shown a lot of you that folder already. The first page is going to have our recent surveyor who came out. He found some pretty cool stuff. And it's just the beginning. He didn't go digging or anything like that. The second photo there is 1934. When it was Tent City, right outside of the front gates of Fort Frederick. You can see that the mess hall is at least beginning to be put together, if not almost put together. They would put those things up pretty quickly. Within 3 months is on paper what they were, the time they were given. The third one is when our particular group, 1353, moseyed on out in 1937. From there, I've got some pictures of some of the boys. There's one of a guy named Chick and BB. It says they're clowning around, just to show you some of the life that they had here. That when things back home were dire, they were starving, they saw a bright future ahead. Which was very important for our country to have their morale boosted, that now I have a trade. Now I can go out and do something. I can provide more than the small town I came from would have provided. So I hope that you guys enjoy this hike. And like I said, any questions, let me know. Ready when you are. When the tourist industry inevitably comes through, it's got the look of what they thought it would look like back then. So this, along with concessions, which unfortunately burned down in the 80s, they rebuilt it in 88, pretty much to the specifications that they were already at. But yeah, you had the blacksmith shop there, which would make a lot of the tools and nails that they would use for their building. Then you would have a garage right there. And then this was a stables. On top of that, on our main road right there, you are seeing this building, which is a tool shop, next to what would be a much bigger garage. Those were for the forestry trucks that would take the guys over to South Mountain to rebuild that. And the chicken coop was there too, but it's a chicken coop. That they had fresh eggs almost every single day. Fresh eggs, fresh milk. I'll talk about the milk a little later, but that's where they would get the fresh eggs from for sure.
Did they have a barn for the livestock?
They didn't have livestock here. Okay. It was just chickens.
What about the milk? Where did it come from?
The milk came from Hagerstown Dairy, which was delivered here. And I actually have a piece of glass from a glass bottle down at the ice box that I'll show y'all. Nice. It would come through this way from 144 out there. Almost a straight shoot down here until it went ahead and curved this way.
Mr. Drew, was it wooded here like it is now in 1935?
It was not. None of this was here. This was flat land, completely cleared. Yeah, absolutely amazing. The naturalist ranger part of me wants to point out we've got our invasives right there. That is the Japanese stilt grass, which is terrible. It will help to strangle out some of the primrose and autumn olive and stuff like that, but it's all a nuisance in the long run. All right, if you see an orange flag, I have marked that as a trip hazard, so just be careful. We're still working hard to get this trail open a bit. I've been trying.
You haven't talked about crocodile, alligators, and poisonous snakes. I'm not in Kinston, North Carolina.
No, no, you're not. And knock on wood, I haven't seen any snakes. So here's our bathhouse right here. Absolutely just awesome. Gorgeous. I've got, I want to say about up to that tree to still go ahead and take care of. But right back here is going to be your water heater. That's your breaker box right there, which is just phenomenal. We're guessing that right here would be a little bit of a door that would let you into a room with the breaker box there. We've got rocks that they've made into a little bit of a ramp going through. This is a French drain going down, and you will see on this side are circles, on this side are rectangles. Your circles are going to be pipes coming up, and that is your sink. That's like where you're washing your hands and stuff.
Drain? Is that a drain pipe?
No, this was, yeah. So,
but the
rectangular was for mirrors.
Okay.
That's what we're guessing at this point. Showers would be at either end here. Just last week, I pulled probably 30 some odd nails and pieces of glass and metal and particle board almost from the drain, which makes us theorize that they might have burnt this down when they went ahead and left. Mainly because you don't find all of that stuff usually together. It's usually scattered if it's taken apart.
So are you shoveling and sifting the dirt, or just shoveling
as best I can? Really, what I'm starting to. There you go.
Picture of inside our bathhouse.
Yeah.
So here's what the sink system is. The picture inside. That's literally this corner here, but that's in the shower house. The shower house is on that end. That's what you through that door right there. But the sinks are, like you said, down the middle and on the walls. This is all just sinks and showers. The latrines are separate.
Oh, I was wondering that.
The sinks are separated from the latrine.
Yeah, so it's just a shower house is what it's called, even though it's sometimes still says bathhouse.
I am first off, I'm getting the
That's the floor plan.
I'm getting the roots up.
Nice.
Because they have overgrown on top of the sod. There's just roots everywhere. So that's the first thing. Second thing is the shovel and sifting through all of that.
Yeah, you're looking for artifacts. You got to do it that way.
Yeah. So, yeah.
How old is the growth here? How old?
This is probably going from the late 30s on.
You got some thick grapevine.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing what almost 100 years will do to an area.
So you figure if they started in 34, it's 90 years ago, so it's been just under 90 years.
Drew, I have a question.
Sir.
Why didn't they leave the buildings intact for tourists? Like they could have them stay for the state park.
We can only guess at that. Pretty much because none of the things that they built were supposed to be a long-term situation. You have cement here, a cement pad here, mainly because that's what's needed in a bathhouse to keep the water running off. You'll see the same thing at the ice box, as it's for that reason. So, yep.
So we're heading down another path here at Fort Frederick, exploring the Civilian Conservation Corps' buildings in the wilderness. You never know where Goober the traveling bear will be from week to week.
So just a quick note, as we walk, you'll see 3 ditches, 2 to the left and 1 to the right. That was gray water. That's where that would lie and situate itself.
As we continue down the path. You good?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, as we enter, if you looked to the left or right, you would have seen the latrine buildings would have been there. Not sure that there's any cement pads there. Anyways, we'll keep on. This is back on the old road, so we'll
Did
take.
we lose Gerald?
Yeah,
Oh, there he is.
that's okay.
The wolves had to eat.
Yeah.
Wow, they'd be feasting.
We heard coyotes last night, or I did, anyways. And Dan cuddled me because I was afraid. So.
Were you sleeping in the bunkhouse?
Dan and I were, yes.
Staying at, yeah, the camp building up here.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun to stay in there.
Would they have had any women here? Like doing cooking or?
No.
It was just all the men doing the.
Yeah, everything's run by the army. What you see though is common is they will, the expression, truck some women in for dances
and it has 3 men and 3 girls, and it says 3 sisters from Big Pool, Maryland. But it also says something that just goes to show history. It doesn't change humanity. Time doesn't change the human experience, because it's annotated that the guy in the middle, they didn't know his name. He just latched onto their group and wouldn't leave them alone.
human nature.
Yeah. So, what was the came in and when they ate out, you were saying they almost
2 years.
Oh, okay.
And then some of them actually did go on to, some of them, if they really liked it, once they finished, they could come back in a civilian and stuff.
All right, so the old road goes ahead and takes us back here, where we are
Yeah,
thinking
and
this is
it didn't have to
mainly
be
an ice
consecutive.
box,
It mostly was, but up to a
for
max of
them
2
to keep
years.
things cold. You would get your deliveries straight here. Cold things get cold faster.
What was this called?
I'm guessing that this is an ice box because right up here, especially where that rubble is, and that there's a concrete pad,
Yep.
that's your mess hall.
Okay.
So that
Yeah.
the kitchen, when you see it on the pictures Drew's got, is where, mess halls are always a T, kitchen coming this way in a T fashion. And we know from the pictures inside, if you go in the museum, you'll see there's no refrigerators in our kitchen. So ice box would make sense. And that's why there's another drain built in the floor and such.
But yeah, go ahead and feel free to walk up there if you'd like. If not, that's cool too.
And this drain we found in the winter a couple of years ago, literally because I tripped over it. Like the corner of it caught my boot. We're back here trying to find other C's features. I trip and I'm like, what the heck is this? And we're like, oh. And we start bushwhacking and there's
yeah,
a
because
drain
this was up until 6 months ago completely grown over as well.
Part of a ceramic pipe or something?
Yeah, so you can see that one
Yeah.
there.
That's it.
This is right there.
Where did the glass come from?
Glass is coming from the
windows?
windows and stuff,
Wow.
except for this. They just don't make it like they used to.
What's
But
that?
that is that dairy bottom I was
Okay.
talking
nice
about.
and thick.
Now the ice, like they would harvest ice from the lakes up there,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so I don't know if
Yeah, possible. Because I know
we're probably pulling from.
we're getting
side
a lot
wing.
of stuff.
that's cool.
As far as other supply, like our conditioning camp for here is Fort Meade, because everybody goes to a 10-day conditioning camp prior to coming to a camp, because
Oh.
that's where the Army is going to give you your full physical, vaccinations, issue all your gear before they put you on a train and send you to your camp. So for us, Fort Meade, a lot of our non-perishables are coming from the New Cumberland Army Depot in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
As far as non-perishables, and like you said, fresh stuff's coming local.
Like milk.
Does a body good.
New Cumberland Depot?
Yeah, in PA. It tells you what this is.
Dan taking us to next?
So, couple steps from here, actually, you can see the very beginning of kind of the next project once things get done being uncovered at the bathhouse. That path is going to take us to what would be their trash, like I
Yep.
was talking about earlier. Pretty much right down there.
Trash pit.
Trash
yeah.
pit,
A
burn
lot of
pit,
good stuff.
and all that good
I know,
stuff.
I'm
They
just
tried to
thinking,
incinerate it.
A lot of,
So they
lot of
tried to
good stuff.
incinerate it as well. Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
So based on paperwork, they were burning every single day.
Wow.
All of the eggshells.
Yeah, the incinerator
trash.
was up on the hill right
It was.
behind, close to where the camp building is now. That was where the CCC incinerator was.
Is there a difference between the what to be incinerated and what to be dumped into the trash?
Pretty much, you don't want to be burning what
Rubber.
people are, like next to what people are living next to.
Okay.
Like,
I thought you were saying we weren't burning people.
We weren't burning people.
I agree with that statement. No.
anyways,
Yes.
we'll walk back, but that's the walking tour
Great.
so far.
It's great.
How about the baseball diamond? Did they have one?
Yeah, we can walk up that way. I'll point out where I thought it was and where it actually was.
Yeah, we won't be able to walk down to it now because it's too overgrown.
They used to have a metal back.
We went to a cube game.
My God.
Oh, there's cross at work.
To get visitors to use it as is an equestrian trail, because this will go all the way down. It'll follow the tree line and spit them out almost right at the C&O Canal.
Now, for those of you who've seen my French Indian War reenactment videos, this is where the Superior French Army marches out
Oh no, he said superior, didn't he?
the British Army in this field
This looks familiar.
and we drive the British back.
I disagree with everything Bill was.
It's actually all the way down there on that flat.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think. It might be. It's visible in one of the pictures
it
you have
is.
in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So yeah,
further
really
down.
close to the tree line. Backstop kind of facing the road.
Yeah.
We had maintenance mow it out a couple years ago when the Park Quest Trail was here.
Right,
They mowed
in
the
22.
diamond. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. If you would like, you can follow that path down there. Like I said, it spits you out almost at the C&O, and you can follow it to get back. You'll just hit the road right there.
Can you still see the outline of the diamond? The base
You
diamond?
cannot.
No?
If
No,
you don't want to go that
everything's
far,
overgrown.
we can go back this way.
At one time I was able.
Thanks for
welcome.
coming.
Have fun,
Have a good time.
sir.
Close out our walking trail.
At one time.
Sure. So right around this bend, as we walk, you'll get halfway through the copse. And if you look to your right, you are pretty much looking at the infirmary building. And then we walk further, and then you're looking at the commanding officer's quarters. I mean, the amount of history that is here, as we already knew when it came to F&I and American Revolution and Civil War, is palpable. But when it comes to the CCC stuff, we are just starting to understand that story, put it together. So there's so much more to still discover here, and we hope that you all will come out and help discover it with us.
Well, thank you very much for this walking trail.
Bill,
tour.
thank you for going ahead and putting a light on all of our adventures out here.
Not bad.
We love you for it.